Hello everyone, welcome to ForB's English lesson video. I'm Kevin, and for today's lesson we're going to look at a lot of words connected with weddings and marriages. Of course, weddings are a big part of many countries' society, so there's a lot of technical words or special words connected with these events. So let's start with some words about the two most important people at weddings. First, we have a bride. Do you know who the bride is? That's right, the bride is the woman who's getting married in the wedding. And of course, groom? That's right, the groom is the man who's getting married in the wedding. Next, we have some more special people at weddings. First is bridesmaid. Have you ever heard of a bridesmaid? Well, bridesmaid are the women who stand with and support the bride during the wedding ceremony. So depending on the size of the wedding and how much money the family is willing to spend, there can be 2, 3, maybe up to 5 or 6 bridesmaids. Of course, the bride chooses the bridesmaid from her close friends, maybe sisters, but people she loves and trusts. So these people will stand with the bride and help her during the ceremony. And we also have the best man. Do you know who that is? So, just as the bride has bridesmaids to support her, the groom has the best man. So the best man is a man who again stands with and supports the groom during the wedding ceremony. But as I mentioned it before, usually there are several bridesmaids, 3 or 4, but generally there's only one best man. So again, the groom chooses his best friend, or maybe a brother, but again, someone he's very close with, and that person will stand with him and help him during the ceremony. Next, let's look at some other expressions, but not for people this time. First, we have wedding. What's that? Be a little careful. Wedding is only for the actual ceremony where the man and woman become husband and wife. So of course, usually in most Western countries, the wedding takes place in a church. So if you like watching American movies or TV shows, or British movies or TV shows, usually this is the scene you see in those movies and TV shows. It's in the church, it's the actual ceremony, that is the wedding. How about reception? Do you know what a reception is? So reception is the big formal party that takes place after the wedding ceremony. So we have the wedding usually in a church, then everybody moves to a second location, maybe a hotel or restaurant, maybe even somebody's house. There they have a big formal party with speeches and nice food. That is called the reception. Now finally, living here in Japan, I often hear people talk about wedding parties. We do use wedding party in English as well. This is generally a small, casual party after the reception. However, many people don't have wedding parties. Instead, the reception just continues for a long, long time. And as the reception gets later at night, it becomes smaller because people are going home, and more casual. People take off their ties or take off their suit coats. But we wouldn't use a different expression. So we wouldn't say wedding party in that case. It's still called the reception. But sometimes people do move to a third location or fourth location and have smaller, more casual parties, in that situation, we can say wedding party. Finally, we have two more words. These are used for after the wedding and reception. First is a honeymoon. Do you know that? That's right. A honeymoon is a trip the newly married couple take after their wedding and the parties after that. Of course, nowadays, many couples go to Hawaii or some very fancy or nice place. But even a smaller trip in your own country, we can still say honeymoon if it's held after the wedding. Finally, we have the expression of newlyweds. Do you know what newlyweds means? So this is an expression we can use to talk about people who recently got married. So after the wedding, the bride and groom, now husband and wife, we can call them newlyweds. How long we use that expression, well, there's no rule about it. Definitely first month, second month, third month after the wedding, newlyweds is okay to use. After that, it becomes less frequent, but even, say, 5 or 6 months after the wedding, it's not unusual to talk about people as being newlyweds. So again, when to stop using that expression is really up to you. There's no rule about that. Well, boy, we talked about many words today. I hope you found this vocabulary interesting. And remember, if you're interested in seeing more English lesson videos, please take a look at our channel. We have a lot of videos there for you to see. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.